150 gold, and you will transform your castle into a fortress, which has 400 more hit points and has the attack and range of a watchtower. But it takes about 80 seconds for that to happen. So, unless Owen feels like sitting around for long enough to let this happen, I think there's not enough time actually for the fortress.
Alright,
But he really does have to go in now. I don't know what he's
what we're
waiting
seeing...
for.
I'm just going to interrupt here actually, just to let you know that both players have roughly reached saturation for one base. And what's really interesting about the way Owen's playing, it's very smart. He knows that if he was Ice Shield and he went to that base, he would have thrown down a tower immediately to defend. So he waited until he had enough units to overpower a tower. That's why he didn't go in. Owen's playing this smart, he's not going to risk it. Now he's in the base, he's going to burn down the tower as soon as he can. And he's trying to work on keeping these workers off, getting some extra kills. He's looking, hopefully, to pressure this base and take a massive lead in the start of this first game.
Oh man, that is a lot of damage that's going down, and I don't think he has the surface area to actually repair that tower or to ignore the 2 soldiers that can just beat down on those workers and get in their way. Every single kill and every bit of damage that he's doing here, that Ice Shield is managing to delay.
Oh, look at that! Look at that close in. Abusing his own workers he brought with him, holding the workers in. Ice Shield then actually managing to react and managing to mineral walk through the soldiers. Owen's actually, the tower is about to go down. It's only going to do about 4 or 5 hits. There's a soldier here from Ice Shield, but it's not going to be enough. Owen is going to take this base down. Tower goes down there for Ice Shield.
I agree, he has a soldier coming up, but it only takes 3 soldiers to burst down a tower that's at full health. So he could just set 3 workers, he could just set 2 soldiers and his worker to go to work on it, and just use his superior numbers to take out the 1 soldier that Ice Shield has. Numbers just aren't in his favor, and there it goes.
And there goes the tower there from Owen, setting himself up for a nice defensive position. He's saying there is absolutely no way he's going to tolerate Ice Shield taking this base. Not going to happen.
Yeah, at the very least, I mean, I don't see any way that Ice Shield can stop this tower from going up. I think at this point he has to just cut his losses and try and do something to get back in this game and hold up in his main base. Because I just don't think Owen's going to let this stay up. I just don't see any way he could not bring it down.
Beautifully executed here by Owen, by the way. For those of you who don't know, although it's under some debate, it's arguably the best composition you can have early game is a ratio of 4 soldiers to 1 rifleman. And that's absolutely what he has here. Excellently executed, perfect ratio, and he's going to be able to absolutely tear down this army that's coming out here from Ice Shield.
And Ice Shield, we have to take into consideration, normally you could use workers to put up some defense, but Ice Shield had half of his workers over at his double base. And now he doesn't have any workers there, they're all on his main base, and he doesn't even have a tower going up. So it's going to be very, very hard for him to use workers to help hold off this attack without taking crippling losses.
The other thing to consider though is actually, with the double base, he is still even on workers. Although I think this is probably going to be GG here. Here comes the worker pull. It's not going to work. This is 4 soldiers and a rifleman. A worker of Owen's own here. Soldier gets surrounded. This is the end here, I think, for...
I think so too. I mean, even if you had 7 or 8 workers, they could possibly take out 3 soldiers, but we're seeing 4 soldiers. We're seeing, even with the one that got surrounded, rifleman, he's done making the tower. He brought over another watchtower. He brought over another worker to set that up, and that tower is going down, but it's too late.
Yeah. Owen's not even going to burn it down. He knows he has enough. He's just going to tear down worker after worker. Ice Shield down to 5 workers now. This has got to be GG.
That was an absolutely brilliant read by Owen to know that it's safe to go for a 2 base, but in a tournament situation that he has to count on the greed from Ice Shield to try and do something like a 1 base attack or to try and even get this triple base. What an excellent scout pattern. It was just brilliant.
Very well done here by Owen. Ice Shield, I think he was about to leave. I think we're just waiting on that because there's no way he can hold on here.
No, I don't see a way. Even if this tower goes up, and I doubt that it even will finish, he has enough work. He has enough soldiers to just burn it down, and he has riflemen that can just pick off the remaining worker. I just don't see any way this can finish.
Yeah, he's trying to
2
give
units are
Owen the
popping
run
down,
around
but
here, but it's not going to work. Tower does go up, so that is going to do
Even
some
if-
damage. But he's down to 1 worker here. There's no way he's going to recover from this. Owen's floating nearly 400 gold. There
And
we go.
there's-
Ice Shield leads the game. GG.
What an excellent, excellent read by Owen. He knows that he has to start this aggressively, and there was a map that was picked that was so late game focused as the Route 1.5. So he just took every advantage of that, metagamed his opponent, and watched out for the greed, and just took advantage of it. It was amazing.
Alright, there we
So
go.
now-
Just updating all those lovely images for you guys so you can see what the score is.
Now, does this mean that I gets to pick the next map out of the ones that aren't vetoed?
No, it's going to be loser's pick is the basis for this tournament. Sorry, I thought you said I. I thought you were asking if you could. My apologies. Yes, I get to have
No.
map pick.
All right. So, what do you do with your eye shield in this situation? Do you pick a map? Do you play the game that you're comfortable playing, or do you try and be really aggressive and just really try and hope that that greed or that aggression works?
What I would do personally, my style is I'm not that it's the best scenario, but I'd just go for a map that neither of them are gonna know. Go super aggressive and just try and take that game. Do something he's not gonna expect because Owen showed him he's ready for his greed. So he's not gonna tolerate that again. That's not gonna happen. He's gonna have to go super aggressive. And Crossfire is the map pick here from Eye Shield. Nope, can't be because that was vetoed.
It happens. You have that feeling when you want to get back in the game, and all of a sudden you realize your opponent has vetoed the map you wanted to pick. Mind games from the past to the future.
I really should put who vetoes each map. That would probably make my life easier.
Well, this is just
Okay.
round 1, and you've been doing a better and better job every time. So just
Oh, I've been working
I know you can do
flat
it.
out. Okay, Village of the Guards gets picked here for game 2 by Eye Shield.
all right.
Now I'm just gonna have to
Now
work
this
out where on
this
earth
is
that map
very
is.
interesting.
Oh, there you go.
And this is very interesting because I think we said before, this map, instead of the back door being in your opponent's second base, it's actually in your main base. So Owen has to be super careful, or just constantly scout and remind himself that at any time that neutral workshop that's stopping his main base from just having units run into it. I'm shaking my head. You just have to watch out for it.
Alright, we're about to get into the interesting parts of this map. This map has got some lovely bits and pieces. Another map by Volt. Volt is such a great map maker for the community here. We're just waiting for the players to ready up. Owen's ready, just waiting for Ice Shield now. Okay. Alright, we're gonna start now. Going in. Okay, in the bottom left-hand corner, taking his first game, showing himself that he's going to prove himself compared to how he ran last tournament. It is Owen in the blue. Up in the top right-hand side, sending a worker out immediately, looking to go house first. It is Ice Shield.
And this is exactly what you were talking about before. It just makes sense on a map that has this many openings and that punishes just economic greed so well for Ice Shield to go out and just try and force himself to get back into this series.
Alright, so Owen actually looking to probably 6 expand here on this map. It's a nice map, it's got decent natural choke. It does have some vulnerabilities, but it's got a nice large main which does work very well for macro. Owen's work staying inside the base here, looking to throw down a 6 expand. Oh no, he cancels it. There we go, there's the 6 expand. Suboptimal position in terms of gold mining, but it does create a nice choke, which is very defensive. Good thinking. What do you think's going to happen here? We've got a house first versus 6 expand. Does this win well for Owen?
I don't know. I don't know how he's going to be able to hold it off. It's kind of like the reverse of what we saw in the last game. I think Owen is comfortable and feels comfortable because he's one game ahead, but I don't think he's quite aware. Or I'm not going to say aware. I just don't think he's as ready for this as he might expect that he is.
Alright. The other thing though, obviously, in previous patches, we have seen people with good building placement use the tower to hold racks openings. It was actually a big point of contention to work out how to hold these 2 racks and single racks openings. And could you tell us what lovely building is going to make this really easy for Owen if he plays it right?
Oh, if 1 second, Zhao, I'd love to answer the question, but people are saying that the stream isn't showing the game.
Oh, let me just check that. I do apologize. It's showing up
No, that's fine.
on mine. I don't know. There may just be some lag there. I apologize to anyone who didn't actually get to watch the opening bit of this match. That happens occasionally. Just various glitches happen. It's part of the casting experience. Enjoy.
It happens. It happens, right?
Second
You can't be upset about it. But as
I was just going to say, second house going
Wait.
down here for Ice Shield, which I think is a mistake.
I don't know what he's thinking.
I'm not sure if he
that.
thinks house gives him less supply than it does, but that's 100 gold that's going to go absolutely to waste there. That's really not what you want in your opening.
Yeah, I hope he cancels it, even though he'll just get a return, percentage return on what he put in. That 100 gold could really be used right now for a second barracks, or maybe for another more units out of his first barracks, a tower. I just hope he cancels it, because that would be really bad for him otherwise.
Didn't cancel it, it went through, and look at this placement here from Owen. Owen knows what's up. I don't think he's even scouted. Oh no, he did scout, he just popped up, saw the racks opening there. My apologies, I missed that while we were watching other things. But this house not only is going to give him the barracks, this gives him a 1-by-1 opening. Oh, look at this. Owen knows he's just going to completely shut down this push and then macro up and go for the win. Fully walls off his entrance. The only way in now is to go through this workshop in the back, which is going to keep an eye on the health of.
That's just so smart by Owen, because even though his main base can be entered through that workshop has a lot of hit points. It's going to take a lot of time, and more importantly, he's going to know, or if he's even the least bit vigilant about it, he's going to know that that is the only way that he can really suffer a loss, and all he has to do is just make sure that he stays on top of that.
Okay, small micro mistake there by Owen. If you set it up so you rally out of the house before the worker actually starts it, you can choose where they come out. But Owen made a small mistake, let his worker stay outside, which is not what he wants. But this soldier is going to come in here from Ice Shield, is going to see the wall off, going to see the tower, and he's got to be feeling bad. So you're a base behind, that you've got no defensive structure, and the tower perfectly timed there by Owen. Ice Shield's just got to be panicking at this stage. Owen's starting double worker production here.
Only thing I can think of, maybe if he goes for a workshop, or if he switches out of soldiers in recognition of how hard it's going to be to attack that tower, and attacks maybe the house with riflemen, maybe he can still put some pressure back on Owen. and get him to maybe try and force some mistakes